Yeah, good day everyone. My name is Toyosi Labeodo. I'm the principal immune consultant of Training Immune Services. So I have a message for our students. We're having so many of them landing, and I just want to talk briefly about what to expect at the point of entry when you are coming into Canada. So this video will tell you what you expect to meet at the border and what you're supposed to present at the border. So kindly watch the end so that you can understand what you need to do at the point of entry when you are traveling to Canada. But before I go on, I want to encourage you to follow us on our social media channels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, we're on Threads, and we're on LinkedIn. Our handle is Trailing Travel. So follow us on all those channels, and on our YouTube channel, don't forget to click on that bell notification button so that when we post any video, you'll be the first to get to know about it. So back to the topic I want to talk about, which is what to expect at the point of entry as a student. So when you're coming to Canada as a student, you have a visa that allows you to travel down to Canada. It is at the point of entry in Canada that you'll be allowed into Canada. So the visa you have does not really allow you to come inside. So when you have that visa, you are supposed to use that visa to travel down to Canada. At the point of entry, you will meet the CBSA officer, Canada Border Service Agency officer, who would ask you some questions. Some may not ask some questions, they may just keep quiet and ask you one or two, maybe a question or two. Some will be screened very well if they have doubts about the genuinity of their studentship, but others will just have it easy. So, but when you get there, one of the things you should show them, or one of the things they will ask you for, is your admission letter. So you are supposed to have an admission letter to a school, and that admission letter should still be valid. So they are likely to ask you to show them your admission letter. Then many schools also issue enrollment letter to students before they travel. This shows that you are registered for the term and all that. This most times can be downloaded from your online portal of the school. So before you travel, check your online portal of your school and make sure you download your enrollment letter. This is very important because it shows that you are registered for school and you are ready to start classes. So if you have that, make sure you download it. If your school does not use that, well, it's fine. There are other documents that you can still show as evidence. So the first thing I said is your admission letter. Then the second one is your enrollment letter. The other documents that you need to show that they may ask you is your tuition fee receipt. So if you have paid your tuition fee, you can be asked to show evidence that you have paid. So most times too, if you don't have a enrollment letter, your tuition fee receipt plus your admission letter can suffice for that. So you might be able to just use those two to take care of you not having an enrollment letter. But if you can get an enrollment letter, make sure you get it. So I mentioned earlier on, one, your admission letter. The second document is your enrollment letter. The third document is your tuition fee receipt that you pay to the school that you are going to. Now, the fourth document that you need to hold along is what I call it the travel letter, but other people call it the point of entry introduction letter. What does this letter do? This letter actually introduces you, and it's always sent after your visa has been issued. So if you process your visa by yourself, you should have downloaded this document on your online portal before you travel. If an agent has steadied with it, please make sure that you download this letter before you travel, as you will need it at the point of entry. In fact, some airlines require that you send those letters to them, or some airlines require that they see these letters before you travel. So you should get your point of entry letter, download it from your online portal before you travel. This will be needed at the point of entry, as the visa officer, the Canada Border Service Agency officer at the point of entry will need to see it, and it's going to ask you for it. So the other thing that you might need to also show is proof of funds. Even though they rarely ask this, but they can ask you for it. So if you have a copy of the bank statement that you use, or you have a copy of your statement that you printed before you travel, you can hold it along and show them that, oh, this is the fund. If they ask you, most times they don't ask, but they can ask you, especially if they have doubts that you can really finance your study, or if they have doubts about you being a genuine student, they can ask you that question. They can ask you about your proof of funds and request that you show them, because they want to be sure that you can finance your study. But most times, if you have your school fees receipt, you have your enrollment letter, you have your admission letter, they will not likely ask you for your bank statement. But even if they ask you for it and you don't have it and you have paid your school fees, you can show them, oh, see, I paid my school fee for the term. This is the receipt. I'm enrolled for the term. This is my enrollment letter, which shows that I'm enrolled. I'm ready to start classes. I'm a genuine student. But once in a while, they ask for your bank statement. And if they ask for it, you might need to show it. So it's good that you hold your bank statement along. One other thing that you need to watch out for at the point of entry. Yeah, they're going to give you a document, which is the study permit. That's the document that allows you to study in Canada. Please, when you get to that point of entry, check your study permit and make sure that the condition on it is clear. And one of the things that should be written on it is that you are allowed to work on campus and you are also allowed to work off campus. I'll repeat that again. When they give you your study permit at the point of entry, check that the condition on it states that you are allowed to work on campus and you are also allowed to work off campus. At times, they make mistakes. We had a client that they gave her a study permit and they said she can work on campus alone. That's limiting what you can do. So check that your study permit that was given to you at the point of entry says you can work on campus and you can also work off campus. And if no condition is written in your study permit, please show them, talk to them that, sorry, you think something is wrong. Because we had other clients that they did not put any condition on it. They did not talk about being able to work on campus or not being able to work off campus. And when she got to the province she was going to, she had issues there. Many, they couldn't issue her a SIN because of that. A SIN number. SIN number is your social insurance number. So please make sure that you have that condition well stated on your study permit that says you are allowed to work on campus and you're also allowed to work off campus. Also check the study permit to be sure that the details on it is yours. Check the date that is valid till. If you have a new admission letter, for example, for those that deferred their admission, you may have a new admission letter that has a longer period. Show it to them so that they give you the exact length of time that you need. Otherwise, you're going to be spending money trying to renew your permit, and you know, that's another process again that you have to do, and it might take some time. So look at the details on your permit and make sure it is your details. If your work has a COOP component, you know, you will also be giving, you're supposed to be given a COOP work permit if you have applied for that online originally. So if you have applied for that online, you check that too. Make sure your name is fine on it, all your details on it is correct, and it represents you. So this is what to expect at the point of entry. You know, so everybody that is traveling, I wish you safe trip and wish you all the best as you try to come into Canada. So don't forget to follow us on all our social media channels. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on TikTok, we're on Threads, and we're also on YouTube. And on YouTube, please don't forget to click on that bell notification button, so when we post any video, you'll be the first to get to know about it. See you guys.